Yeah. One time for Israel.
You have destroyed yourself.
Right.
Let me ask you, son, how are you destroyed today? You in the red. How are you destroyed today? How is our people destroyed today? Come here. Come here. You look at, I ain't gonna touch you, bro. I'm just asking you a simple question. Come here, I ain't gonna hurt you. We got shade over here. You coming? Hey, you too, bro. I see you on the sub. Him too. He's sitting there. He listening. That's all right. We gonna get that. Now we gonna read it to you. Read that. Read that again for the brother.
Hosea chapter 13, verse 9.
Read out.
O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself.
So when the Most High God said, Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself. Now let me ask you, who are Israel today?
Israel.
Yeah, who's Israel?
Black people.
Say that again?
Real Israelites. Black people.
Black people. Now let me ask you, in this sign here, where do you see yourself at? Black America. So you are from the tribe of Judah.
That's what.
Black America is no such thing as that. Because that's not your true nationality.
Right.
Your true nationality is Israel.
That's
from the
right.
tribe of Judah.
That's
you understand that? Say that again? I can't hear you.
You're Nuwaubian.
What? What you said?
Say you're Nuwaubian.
You're a Nuwaubian? Now let me ask you, where in the Bible does it talk about Nuwaubian? Huh? And now let me ask you a second.
It's been translated so many times.
So many times. Show me where it's been translated.
You don't
It's been
just gotta
translated.
live by the Bible.
Say that again?
The Bible is just a section.
It's just a section. So now let me
that's
ask
all it
you,
is.
does the Bible talk about your history? If it has
Of
been
course.
changed so many
All
times.
the religions talk about history.
All religions talk about
All
history?
of
So does the Bible, now we're gonna show you. Can I find in the Bible slavery? Does every religion talk about slavery? I'm gonna let you know now, this ain't religion.
Right.
It's
That's right.
nationality.
That's
Right.
right.
You understand that? You understand? All right, now let me ask you again. In this Bible, can I find slavery? Huh?
In the Bible?
In the Bible.
Learn it?
Huh?
Of course.
Of course, right? But now let me ask you, what other religion that you say out here teach about slavery? Or can prove in the Bible or any book that slavery exists?
All the religions teach religion.
Oh, they teach division, but guess what? That's in the Bible. Now we're gonna show you that slavery is in the Bible. Give me that, Deuteronomy, we're back to that. Read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Give me 46. 46. We're gonna show you that history is Bible prophecy.
Right.
That this book is real.
Right. Verse 46. And it shall come up, and it shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Start at 45.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee
All these curses should come upon you. Read.
and pursue thee.
So now let me ask you, why curses have come upon us? As far as why did we go into slavery? Do you know? Yeah.
Rebelled against God.
Because we rebelled against God. Now I'm going to show you that. Stop there. Give me verse 15.
Bring it out. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If you don't listen to what God says, read.
to observe, to do all his commandments
Yeah.
and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now let me ask you, when the Most High says law, statutes, and commandments that we will not listen to, let me ask you, is smoking a black part of his commandments? Huh?
According to the Bible, no.
No. Read that again. We're going to listen to this. Read that again.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So stop. So in the Bible, God talks against that. That's against his law. Yeah. You want to see it? We're going to finish that. We're going to
That's
show
in the
you.
Bible.
That, exactly. It's in the Bible.
Yeah, but in my reality is not.
And your reality now, guess what? This is reality.
that's right,
This is reality. We're going to show you why. Read.
to observe, to do all his commandments
Yeah.
and his statutes which I command thee this day,
Yeah.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses shall come upon us and overtake it. Now, like I was saying to the same brother right here, I'm gonna say to you that our history of slavery is in the Bible. That's what I'm showing the brother. And let me ask you, is that history slavery? Is that part of your history? Was your father? Yeah, it was, right? Now, the same question I asked him, I ask you, where do you see yourself on the side? Now, while you're looking, I'm gonna go forth with you. Now, give me back to you at 45.
Verse 45.
Read that.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee.
Now, all these curses is what? Not following God's law. You find yourself on the side? So, Judah, same tribe for me. So, y'all two are from the same tribe. You understand that? That means that what? God chose you.
Wait, no, I don't know.
You don't know? Where's your father from? Where your father from?
Philly? But no, I got blonde hair growing on.
That doesn't matter. It matters where your father
Consider
is
you
from.
African
My
American.
father's from Philly.
Your father's from Philly, so your father is a so-called black man, right?
Yeah, but my grandma, his mom is
But it goes by the father.
albino.
It goes by the father. It doesn't go by the
My
mother.
father.
Who carries the seed? Who has the seed? The man. But we gonna go forward. Give me that. No.
Right,
Go back to Deuteronomy. We gonna go back to the prophecy. Read that. 45.
Verse 45.
Read.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee,
Yeah.
and shall pursue thee,
Yeah.
and overtake thee.
And overtake us today. Guess what? We still in slavery today. Believe it or not. We gonna show you. Read.
Till thou be destroyed,
Until thou be destroyed. Read.
because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Read.
to keep his commandments.
To keep what?
His commandments.
To keep his commandment. That's why we was put in slavery. That's why our people is destroyed today. Because what? They don't want it. What? Who's God? The Most High. That's who's God. We're going to show you him in the Bible. But before we can show him, you got to know who you are.
Let me ask you another question.
All right. Before you ask another question, go.
What was your great answer, brother, about nationality? Because I heard you mention something about Malachi Z. York. Do you know anything about him, where it came from, the whole Nuwaubian?
Yeah.
He's a who?
He's skilled in a lot of
Hey, bro, don't leave. I got something for you.
Esoteric.
Exactly right. It's esoteric knowledge. Do you know where Malachi Z. York first learned from? Because I used to listen to him before I found out who he was according to this. Say who? No, he didn't learn from them. Because he teaches that black people are the chosen people of God. Everybody in the beginning was black. Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham, all of them, right? So the first place that you can look this up, Malachi Z. York learned from the Israelites. He found out when he was up there in New York that we are the Israelites, but what happened is he had that thought in his mind that this was made up by the white man. This can't be our book.
Translated.
So what he did, it was translated, but it wasn't by a white man. What he did was he took it to the next level, like I'm gonna go into esoteric and all of this type stuff. Somebody grab our Bible over there. Now, what does God say about you two, sister? Because you probably know about this more than the men. What does God say about horoscopes? About the stars and all that? Jeremiah 10.
That's what I studied.
Astrology, right? So what does God say about that when it comes to horoscopes? Do you know?
But the guy said, don't listen to the soothsayers or the stargazers or the astrologers.
Stargazers?
But the three wise men, they were stargazers.
Okay, I'll explain that.
That's all like middle magic and stuff like that.
Magic. What about you, sister, when it comes to horoscope? Now, okay, about witchcraft and stuff. There's a lot of that going down here amongst Haitians and Voodoos. Like in the world, they teach us you are a certain sign, don't they? Like when I was in the world, when I didn't know who I was, I was like, I'm a Capricorn. I go good with Virgos or Scorpios or whatever, and we do that.
That astrology, the modern contemporary astrology, that comes from the Greek. The Greek got it from the
Jeremiah 10. I'm gonna show you where it comes from, because it comes before the Greeks. Read that, Jeremiah 10.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
God is speaking to the Israelites in Jeremiah 10. According to biblical prophecy and history, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the Israelites of the Bible.
That's right.
That's your God-given name.
Right.
You ain't never been an American black or African American, an Afro American, a Negro, a Porchma. You ain't never been none of those names that the white man called us.
Right.
If you look in the Bible, he's talking to you. You are from the nation of Israel, and if you're a so-called American black, God calls you Judah in the Bible.
That's right.
That's your God-given nationality. So that's what we got to learn. I'll explain to you, it ain't none at all. But read that.
God's in the name.
Say it again.
The goddess in two gods.
I'll explain that. You're talking about Isis, Horus, and Ra and them. I'll explain it to you. Read it.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the other nations. Read on.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Read on.
For the custom of the people are vain.
Read verse 2 again.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. And be not dismayed at the signs of the heaven.
At the what?
At the signs of heaven.
You said Malachi Z. York stuff came from what? It's a lot of what? Esoteric star stuff that are in the what? In the heavens. He told you Israelites.
About the all, you talking about everything that exists.
Say it again.
The all, God, everything.
He
God
is everything. And guess what? He told you don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. Talking about the sun, the moon, the stars, that esoteric stuff that Malachi Z. York. Say it again.
That's what the white man put in there, so you won't study.
Give me Songs of Solomon chapter 1. I'm going to show you that everybody in the book is black.
That's right.
That's what, now you see what happened is, when you was in slavery, they said Jesus looked like this, and you never questioned it. Cause why? They hang your ass from a tree. We in the deep south. So if you didn't believe that this was Jesus, they hang you from a tree. So process of time, what did our ancestors do? They believed in what? White Jesus.
Right, but first of all, to believe something, that means to accept it blindly.
And that's what we did. Because when we ask you, show me where he looked like that in the Bible. Because all our parents taught us that you can't do it. So if he didn't look like that, what did he look like? Because he looked like the rest of his people. So let's see what,
the Hebrew name.
Let's see what Christ, who looked something like this, not exactly, let's see what his great-great-grandpa looked like. Read that, Songs of Solomon 1 and then jump to 5.
Bring it out. Songs of Solomon, chapter 1.
Go ahead.
The Songs of Solomon, which is Solomon.
So this is the book that Solomon wrote, and it was compiled in the Bible. Translated. Read on, verse 5. Read
I am black but comely.
Hold on, Solomon said what?
I am black but comely.
What's another word for comely, sister? I am black but comely. What's another word for comely? You know, brother? Go ahead, take a guess. Oh no, because you're thinking of comely. No, comely means handsome.
That's right.
It means beautiful. So read that from the top again. Solomon said what?
I am black but comely.
I am black and beautiful. Right. Who are the people on the earth that say that?
Bring it out.
It's us, right? You just told me that a white man wrote this book.
Translated.
Okay, so he translated. So that so let me finish this.
To tell a good lie, you gotta have some truth.
So obviously, I'm gonna get to that. So you're exactly right. So obviously, though, Solomon was a black man according to the Bible. Now,
that's right.
If Solomon was black and beautiful, what did Solomon's daddy, King David, look like? He's a black man too, right?
Right.
And his daddy, Jesse. And then you go up the line, because Christ came from the line of King David. So if all of those people was black, that would make Christ what color, sister? That would make him black.
That's right.
That would make him black. Now you made an excellent point where you say you got to mix some truth to make a good lie, right? Exactly right. Here's some truths mixed with a good lie. God loves everybody. That's a hell of a lie. God does love somebody, but he don't love everybody.
Right.
That's some truth mixed in with a lie.
Right.
The only people that God loves is you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, whom he calls the Israelites.
That's right.
Give me Exodus 4 and 22. Now here's the reason why we are on the bottom. Because God's your daddy. He created you, and you ain't doing what he's telling you to do. That's why he got us catching the bus out here on Saturday afternoon.
Right.
If we the sons and daughters of God, there's no way we should be on the bottom of society looking like this. selling drugs to our people, trying to get a job here, trying to get a job there, trying to find ourselves because we don't really know who we are at all.
Right.
Because you can't tell me a country that's called Nuwaubian. There ain't no damn country called Nuwaubian. So that whole philosophy of Malachi Z. York, it sounds good because you don't know who you are and you reach it. You're trying to find out who you are.
I could say the same thing to y'all, but my thing is...
You could, but guess what? We can prove it.
We're elevating the people. I'm with you. I come in peace. I don't come and try to go against. I try to come in peace.
Hey, and guess what?
I can confirm,
we come in peace right now, but what we got to do is tear down the lies in your head. Like the first thing you came off was, I'm Nuwaubian Malachi Z. York. I know you think that but it ain't the truth. So first thing we got to do is tear down that lie, then we can build you back up.
That's right. Going against black, isn't that dividing black people?
Is that dividing black people? Give me Luke chapter 12.
Get out.
I'm going to show you. I think it's 51.
Yes, he's for the same purpose that y'all for.
He is for the same purpose, but it ain't in truth. And at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is truth.
Right.
Because that's what's going to get us right back with God. Give me that 12 and 51.
Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
So this is Christ. Everybody teaches that Christ came to give peace and goodwill on earth, that everybody can receive salvation. That's some truth. Read on.
I tell you, nay.
He said, no, no, no. But what?
But rather division.
But what?
But rather division.
Christ came to divide the truth from the lies.
Right.
So what's our truth as a people? Because we've been searching forever. Malachi Z. York tried, but it's not the truth. And as the brother was going into the curses, he's going to show you what that truth is. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Now here, I'm going to show you something where, because he said this is a history book, it's not a religion. We've been taught that the Bible is a religious book. But it's not. It's actually a history book of one people, of you. And they told you a whole lot of stuff. It's been translated by white men, translated by them, translated by him. So you would never think to look in it and you be in a state of sleep like you are right now, searching for answers.
I love the Bible.
Well, we're going to explain it to you here. Give me verse 15 real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Have you heard of the Israelites before, right, sister? Okay, go ahead. What's your name, brother? I didn't get your name. Tim, I'm Zakar. All right, Tim, it's good to meet you. Your name, sis? Zakaya. Zakaya or Zakaya? Zakaya, that's a nice name. I like that. I like that. I know some sisters named Zakaya. Nice name. Zakaya and Tim. Listen to this, Tim. Read
Verse
it.
15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now it says hearken means the future voice. I mean, it means the voice. If you don't listen to the voice of God, the voice of God is here in the Bible. It's not found in no Nuwaubian book. It's not found in no Joel Osteen book. It's not found in T.D. Jakes book. The voice of God is here in the Bible. This is how he speaks to us now. Read on.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
To do what?
All his commandments.
That's the stipulation. God said you got to do my commandments. A commandment is he's telling you this is what I want you to do. Now, one thing with our people you know of, like I know Zakai and Tim, we are hard-headed ass people. We're rebellious people. We don't want to do what nobody tells us to do. We want to do what we want to do.
Right.
And when you want to do what you want to do, when you're dealing with the Creator, he's going to put punishments on you.
Right.
Read on.
Which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these what?
Curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Zakaya, a curse is what? Good or bad? It's a bad thing. What about you, Tim? Curse? It's a bad thing. So I'm going to put all these curses on you. Read on. You know.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
It says what?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
It says, cursed shalt thou be in Miami.
That's right.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, catching the buses, working job to job to job, barely making it month to month to month, week to week to week, killing your own people, gotta sell drugs just to get by. Bring it out. Or bringing it back when we first got off the slave ships. You was gonna be hung in Miami. You was gonna be hung in Alabama, Texas, wherever you went, Kentucky. You was gonna be cursed wherever you went. Guess what? You was gonna be racially profiled. Right. You was gonna suffer police. That's a curse. Remember, it's a curse. It said, cursed shalt thou be in the city. Read on.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Where else?
In the field.
In the field. Now, give me that sign right there, soldier. Give me that sign right there. When we got off the slave ships, did we go into a penthouse in downtown Miami? Did we go into the big house in Master's house? Where'd they send us to? They sent us to the plantation fields. It said, cursed shalt thou be in the field. And in that field, we picked cotton, we picked tobacco, we picked sugar cane.
That's right.
We worked from sun up to sundown till we dropped out and passed out and died. We was cursed in the field. Remember, that is a curse placed upon us. Give me verse 46. You put it down.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Hold on. The curses are going to be upon you for a sign. Zekiah, so signs do what? They show you something. He said the curses are going to be upon you for a sign. So when you went looking for who you are, like, it got to be more to my life than what's going on right now.
That's right.
I'm better than who I am right now.
That's right.
God said these curses are going to be a sign to let you know who you are.
That's right.
So now the first signs we just read, it said you was going to be cursed in the city, and then you was cursed in the field. That happened to us. That's history. That ain't no esoteric, no philosophy. That ain't no stargazing. That happened.
Right.
That's history.
Right.
Now give me verse 32.
Verse 32.
Same book.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another
It
people.
says what? Give me that sign again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
It says your sons and your daughters shall be given to another people. This is what's this movie from? It's called Mandingo. We took the shot out of Mandingo pitch out of the movie and put it on this board so you can see the signs. Your sons and your daughters were going to be given to another people. Say it again.
Excuse me. I can write about something and I can fulfill it.
You can do what?
I can write it. Say I can say, oh, today
Let me see this.
I'm gonna rob somebody and do it.
Right. Okay.
But today somebody's gonna get robbed and I'll be the one to do that robbed.
Let me show you this right here. Give me Deuteronomy 18 verse 21. You're exactly right. I can write about something and then I can go do it to make it come to pass. When was the Bible written?
They say like 6,000 years ago.
It wasn't 6,000, it was 3,000-4,000 years ago when it was starting to be compiled. It was written down on scrolls. And then King James came along, translated it, like you said, into English so we can understand it and compiled it into one book. And God put it here so he can show you the signs in the last days.
Right.
Now, how do we know if it's a true book or if it's a not, if I made it up? Give me that Deuteronomy 18:21.
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 21.
Listen up, Tim.
And if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken?
That's exactly what you said. How do we know? I could have wrote that and then made it come to pass. So God's going to answer your question. Read on.
When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord,
Uh-huh.
if the thing follow not,
If the what?
if the thing follow not,
Now Moses wrote the book of Deuteronomy 28. He wrote the whole book. He wrote Deuteronomy chapter 28 thousands of years ago. God said if the thing that he prophesies does not happen, read on.
nor come to pass,
Uh-huh.
that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken.
Now you know that that ain't God's words.
Bring it out. Right.
I didn't say that. Like, for instance, your Christian pastors keep on teaching that things are going to get better. Just have faith. Just keep hope alive. Has things gotten better since they've been preaching that message? No. So guess what they are? False prophets.
That's right.
God ain't dealing with them. But we coming out here telling you
They
right
can say
now.
the same thing about you. About you.
About what?
About you.
About us?
Because this, what y'all on the Yahweh been Yahweh?
No, heck no. We under God.
That's right.
And we
Right.
reading God's words that
I'm
came
saying,
to
but
pass.
Is this orchestrated? Is this originated?
No, not at all. Not at all. This is orchestrated by God.
That's right.
Yahweh ben Yahweh ain't got nothing to do with that. They was teaching this before him.
Right.
It was at a certain level of understanding, but throughout time, like all things, understanding grows.
Right.
And now we see the signs that are in front of us to let us know who we are. Like we the only people that don't have no say-so in what goes on at all. At all. And when you defy them, like taking a kneel or not standing for their American flag, they show you, what you doing, nigga? You a slave. You ain't supposed to do nothing other than what I told you to do.
That's right.
And when you step out of line, because you kind of know something's wrong, now they got a problem with it. But we read it right here, it says, if the prophet spoke something and it didn't come to pass, God didn't say that. Now, you just admitted yourself, Tim and Zakar, right before this, that we was cursed in the field. We was cursed in the city. We are cursed in the city right now.
Bring it out.
You admitted that. That was written thousands of years ago. It came to pass.
That's right.
And I'm going to get some more proof that these curses that we read about only fit you, and they came from God to show you,
The people, though.
hold on, brother, to show you who you are, Tim. Those are Africans. That ain't who we are. Now let me get back to the curses to show you more signs. What's your name, brother?
Kevin.
Kevin, I'm Zakar. It's good to meet you.
I'm trying to get an idea where you're coming from.
All right, just listen up, because you walked in on the
tribe.
Right, you walked in on the back end, so just listen. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Now we at verse 32.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32.
Show the curses that are signs that you are the Israelites according to the Bible.
Bring it out.
That you ain't never been black in your life. My boots and my pants are what color?
Black.
They black. What color is our skin?
Black.
Your skin ain't black. Your skin the same color as my boot. See that? That's the brainwashing that they done told us. You black, you black, you black, you Afro-American, you African-American. Those are two different continents.
Way beyond.
We're way beyond that. That ain't what God called us. And we trying to show you who you are. Now give me verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Your sons and your daughters shall be given unto another people. When was our sons and daughters, historically, Tim, given to another people? When did that happen? In slavery. To be exact, it happened in 1492 for that so-called Hispanics. Who was?
Blacks, so other
It wasn't blacks, it was Africans. It was real Africans.
Right.
The ones that don't talk to you when they come over here.
Right.
Them real Africans. Them ain't your people, they know you ain't they people, so
Right.
they separate themselves from you.
Right. Right.
But our sons and daughters was given to another people during slavery. On slave auction blocks.
Right.
25 for this big buck right here. Give me that sign right there. Give me that sign right there. $25 for this big buck right here. I got $50 going for this bed winch right here. Who that sold to Master Johnson in Tennessee? What's your last name, Tim? Hines. That came from a white man that owned your ancestors named Hines.
That's right.
That's how we got our last names.
Right.
My slave last name was Gibson. Some white man was named Gibson that owned my ancestors said, this is my son. This is Gibbs' son.
Right.
Brand him and call him Gibbs' son. That's where we got our names from.
Right.
So it says thy sons and daughters would be given to another people. Now, who was those people that our sons and daughters historically was given to? That's a question for y'all. Now our people like to get dumb when we ask that question. Who the hell brought us? Who brought us in slavery? Who was out there bidding on us? Give me $50 for that nigga. Who? The red man, which we know as white man.
Right.
Caucasians.
Right.
Them are the people that our sons and daughters was given to.
That's right.
It happened in history. Remember, the Bible's not a religious book. It's a history book.
That's right.
Read on.
Were man way before the Mayflower.
Say it again.
It's that black Africa, the DNA, Chinese, black.
We'll get to that. We all
Conquered
different
the
people.
world a long time ago.
No, we all different people. That's that a whole white man philosophy to keep you in a state of confusion.
Right.
Read on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Who watched, 12 Years a Slave? Who seen that movie? You seen that? Do you remember when they sold that woman's kids to the white man and then they sold her with, what was his name in there? What was his name in 12 Years a Slave? I can't think of it. But the dude that was Platt. When they sold the woman with Platt to a different plantation and sold her kids somewhere else, what was that woman doing the whole time when she was alive before they took off and killed her? Huh? She wasn't praying. She was crying the whole time. And Platt was like, stop crying. Stop it. They ain't never coming back. Read that verse again.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
You're gonna be crying all day long. Now y'all are older, so y'all probably seen Roots, right? When Kizzy got sold away, parents, Kunta and the parents was doing what? Crying, oh, Kizzy! And she never came back.
Right.
Remember, these are signs to tell you who you are.
That's right.
In the last days. You the Israelites.
That's right.
That's why the white man keeps telling you that was translated by the white man. That was made up by somebody. Oh, it contradicts itself. No, the reason why is it was never written for them.
That's right.
It was written for you. So when you stood here in front of the prophets in 2016, 3,000 and 4,000 years after this was prophesied to happen, the signs would give you an identity of who you are.
That's right.
Damn, I'm not a Negro. I am more than what I am.
Bring it out.
I'm supposed to be doing something other than what I'm doing.
Right.
That's what God is leaving these signs here for. Now give me verse 68. Here goes the headbang. How did we get here, Tim? I want to know that. How did we get from the west coast of Africa to the shores of America? Because Malachi Z. York never told this. Huh?
Some of us been here.
Some of us been here. Exactly right. Guess what? Switch these out. You're exactly right. Some of us been here. Guess what? Their name is Gad. They are Israelites too.
Right. That's right.
From the tribe of Gad, you know them as Native Americans.
That's right.
They was already here before we got here, but the same curses that happened to them happened to us because we all the same people.
Right.
So you're exactly right. Some of us was here, but how did we get here, so-called African Americans? How did we get to this side? With what? We got here on ships. You agree, Tim? So let's read that in the Bible and see if it happened.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Remember, these curses are what, Tim? What are they, Zekiah? They are what? We read it in verse 46. Read verse 46 again.
Verse 46.
Because I don't want you to forget the thought. Read that.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
For what?
A sign.
Uh-huh.
And for a wonder.
Uh-huh.
And upon thy seed forever.
So it just didn't happen to our ancestors. It was going to happen to us forever. There was going to be signs to let your kids know who they are in the last days.
Right.
Y'all know time's getting short. Hell, like Christ said, nation shall rise against nation. Every nation is on the brink of the war. North Korea is firing missiles over in South Korea.
Right.
Russia is telling America, if you push the button, we got some nuclear warheads, we're going to push the button too.
Right.
We in the end days, in the last days. That's why we out here trying to wake you up and show you that these curses are what? And they shall be for what?
A sign and for a wonder.
They are for signs. And you gonna wonder, like, why am I in this situation? And we gonna give you the answer. Now read verse 68, another sign.
Verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into what?
Into Egypt again.
Give me Deuteronomy 15 and 3, I think it is. Is it 15 and 3? Right there. 15 and 5? No, go to the regular one. Exodus 20 and 2. Now the word Egypt. Now when we look on the map, we know, Tim, that Egypt is a landmass, right? Where we at? It's somewhere right up in here. There we go, Northeast Africa, right? Egypt is a landmass, right? Now one thing that that's why we think the Bible is a contradiction, we don't know that God is the greatest rapper to ever live.
That's right. Bring it out.
God speaks in metaphors. When he says Egypt, he's really meaning something else. Like Lil Wayne will say, I'm a G like lasagna, I move in silence. That's a metaphor, right? God got metaphors too. Let's see what Egypt means in the Bible to God.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the what?
The house of bondage.
Read it from the top again.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt. Remember, we went here to explain what Egypt means to God. Read on.
Out of the house of bondage.
God called Egypt what, brother? The house of bondage. What's another word for bondage, Tim? Slavery. Go back to Deuteronomy 28.
Bring it out.
The signs, they start to connect the dots. Because you know something. You searching for yourself. You know a little something. Now we're going to connect the dots. Read 28:68 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Into Egypt. Egypt means what? Bondage. Another word for bondage is slavery. He's going to bring us into slavery. Read.
Again.
A second time. Read.
With ships.
How?
With ships.
How?
With ships.
You just said how we get over here from the west coast of Africa? In ships. You said that too, Zekiah, right? Now, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but this was written before you was born, Tim, before I was, Zekiah, before you was, brother. It was written before all of us was born. But what happened is, when we was born, on this side of the earth, our ancestors was already in slavery, and the man that had you in bondage told you what the Bible said, because you couldn't read.
Right.
You couldn't write. So you had no choice but to follow blindly, like you said.
That's
Right.
right.
But we can read now.
Right.
We got some comprehension. God said that the Israelites were going to go into slavery a second time on ships. Now,
That's
here's a
right.
question for y'all, Tim, Zakiah, brother. The white folks over there in Israel right now that say they are Jewish, is there any history on the face of the earth that shows they went into slavery on ships? You ever seen some? You went to school, brother. You ever seen some? You ever seen some, Tim? Ain't never seen some. Every February in, what is that, Black History Month, who do they teach went on slave ships and was slaves over
Bring it
here?
up.
Who they teaching about?
Bring it up.
They teaching about us, right? So you learning about yourself, but you never thought to, let me look in here and see.
That's all they
Right.
show us of Black history.
That's all they slow you.
Before.
It's way before that, because look, like we said, this was written before Black History
Yes,
Month came
right.
about.
Right.
Way before that. So
Right.
God said, I'm going to send you into slavery, the Israelites, again on ships. Now it gets even more detailed. Read on. Come over, sister, so you can hear it. Come on. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So exactly how I said it to you. This is how it's going to happen.
Right.
So this ain't no guesswork. This ain't no dude in a trance. This ain't no Confucius. This ain't no Nostradamus.
Bring it up.
This
Yes,
is God telling you, Moses, write down my words, and when my people get tired of that oppression
Right.
they going through, they're going to come to you for answers.
That's right.
And it's going to be your job to give it to them.
That's right.
First, you got to wake up and understand who you are.
Right.
You got to realize you ain't African. You
Right.
ain't American. You ain't black. That ain't who you are. You ain't Nuwaubian, Tim.
Right.
You an Israelite according to the Bible.
That's right.
Read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We ain't gonna never see your homeland again. Now, if God is calling us Israelites, our homeland would be what? Jerusalem, Israel. That would be our homeland. Have we as a nation went back to Israel? We don't even know what color the damn dirt is. We don't know what the streets look like. God said you ain't never going back there again until you repent. Until you stop thinking all of this esoteric and all of this Christianity in your mind, white Jesus, God love everybody, until you stop thinking that, I can't let you go back to where you came from, because that land is holy.
That's right.
And you got imposters in your land right now because God waiting on you to wake up
That's right.
so he can
Right.
take you back. Just like if you got a son that's on drugs and you know he's still, or you got a daughter, Tim, you know she's still to get drugs, she a prostitute. You ain't gonna let them in your house because they gonna bring all kind of mischief into your house, right, Zakiah?
Right.
Same thing with God.
Right.
You his kids, but he ain't letting you back in with all that nonsense,
Right.
with all this personal relationship ideas you got with him.
All praises.
He ain't letting you back in there. So he said, you wanna go see your homeland again. Read on.
right.
And there.
Hold on, and what?
And there.
Once you get off of those ships, here we go. Hold that sign for me. Once you got off of those ships, because look here, come here real quick, brother. Tim, you see that? They didn't say Africans was being sold when they got off the ship. They said who was being sold? Negroes.
That's right. Bring it out.
They didn't say Africans, they said Negroes. Negro is a Latin word for black.
Right.
That's all it is. They said you was gonna be sold once you got off those ships. It says so, and there where we were scattered to all of these different areas, all over the earth. And there, read on.
And there ye shall be sold.
You gonna be what?
You shall be sold.
You gonna be what?
You shall be sold.
Didn't that happen to us, Tim? When we sold? We were sold, Zakiah, right? We were sold, brother, what? We got off the ships, wherever we was. He said, and there you going to be sold, read.
Unto your enemies.
To who?
Unto your enemies.
To who?
Enemies.
So God is calling the people that bought you once you get off the slave ship. He's calling them who, Zakiah? He's calling them your enemies.
Right.
He's calling them your enemies. And guess what we know about God? God don't change.
That's right.
So no matter what in your mind you think Bob is a good old guy, my supervisor, he's cool, he let me off work, he understand.
Right.
God said that is your enemy.
That's right.
Right.
He is not in your best favor, because you know why? Once you wake up to who you are as an Israelite, his whole kingdom is going to fall.
That's right.
And no matter how much they say they like you, they ain't trying to be on the bottom of you Negroes. They don't want to see you in rulership. That's why they put drugs in the community.
Right.
You tell me one black man got a damn banana boat to bring in cocaine, loads of cocaine from Cuba to over here. Do we got that? We ain't got that. We ain't got no steel manufacturers to create guns and put them in the hoods. Who's doing it? It ain't us. They not your friends. God said they your enemies.
That's right.
You're going to be sold to them. Read verse 46 again.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
And what?
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So us going into slavery on ships and then finding out the history of it, how it relates to us nowadays, this is a sign to let you know who you are according to the Bible.
That's right.
That's what it is. And Malachi Z. York ain't never taught that because I used to listen to him. He didn't do that. He was into all of that. We the first man created from the dust, and then there's 27 angels, and with the Asiatic black man, and all of that deep stuff. But it really ain't answering no questions.
Right.
Right.
It really
right.
didn't give us no concrete evidence like
That's a lot.
we just did. This is concrete
Have
evidence.
you ever studied through that?
What? Nuwaubian stuff?
Nuwaubian.
Yeah, I have. And guess what? It never told me where I came from.
That's right.
He got it from the Israelites. So guess what? If he got it from the Israelites, wouldn't you go to the source of where he got it from?
That's right.
Right.
That's what I would do. Shit, the hell with you, Malachi. You only got second-hand information. I'm going to the people that really got the information.
That's right.
Malachi Z. York ain't never broke down how you got from there to here.
Just like Yahweh and Yahweh, just like every other black man that rose up. He's a vessel.
They vessels, but guess what? Are they teaching truth? That's the thing.
But
what,
see,
when you
on the outside looking in, you gonna say it's not true because
well, this is what I play
that's
because
not where you find your bliss.
Because look, I'm saying don't believe me. Do the research for yourself. Go see if Malachi Z. York ever told you.
I studied up under that.
Did he ever tell you how you got from the west coast of Africa to here?
Of course.
He did?
Everything.
What the book says?
It's universal. It's not just.
Well, they didn't have to
if
tell
you're
all
a Christian,
people.
it make you a better Christian. If you're a Muslim, it make you a better Muslim. If you're Hebrew Israelite, make you a better Hebrew. If you're a
Tim,
Mason,
they didn't have to tell all people. You just admitted yourself. White people ain't never went in slavery on ships. You just told me that. You just said it's universal, so that's contradictory.
There's a significance of why they exist.
Say what?
There's a significance of why white people.
You're exactly right. So God can destroy it. But what's your question, sister?
I gotta go, man.
All right, hey, do your research, man.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates on all our YouTube channels. Shalom.